lab recordings to see how did we create this load balancer. So I have two load balancer. One is my classic load balancer, which you can see from the type. One is your active load balancer or your application load balancer, which is ALB. So let's go and open this address right now over here. So once I hit this address, I see that I do get a website over here, which is all visible. So this is working as it should be, and I don't have any rules right now created on top of this. So now what I will do is I will go to my WAF and create the rules using which I'll go and block the traffic to this particular website. So let's get started with that. So first thing first, when we are working on WAF, we have to go and give the IP set. So right now I told that I'll be working on the IP. So I'll just go and block my IP so that I cannot access. So in real time, you should be giving the IP addresses of the end users for whom you want to block the network traffic. Remember, it's all based on the IP set right now. So if in case the IP changes, they will still have the access. So let's go. Also, one thing that you had two options. You can go to the WAF Classic, which is the older version, or this is WAF V2 or the version 2. The rules that you created in the classic one aren't compatible yet with the new one. So just keep that in mind that you will have to go and create the rules again over here. So now I can go and create a IP set. So either you can go and choose the IP set directly from here by going to Mumbai. So because my load balancer is in Mumbai, I select Mumbai over here. But anyhow, the moment you click on create IP set, this IP set will ask you for the region. Please remember, you also have the global in case you are working on CloudFront. So right now I'm just going and selecting Mumbai over here, and I will say the set name I am saying blocked or block IP address, and the description I am saying these IP addresses are to be blocked. Now remember that this is a CIDR format. CIDR format is how networks are written. So let's go and get my CIDR address. For that, I will go and type my IP address. This is my IP. So my CIDR will be something like this and /32. So that's my address. Now, if I want to block any more IP, I can just go hit enter and I can give the IP. If I need multiple IPs, if I make it /30, it means it is 2 raised to the power of 32 minus 30, 2 raised to the power of 2, which is 4. So my IP list will be 122.167.85.117, 122.167.85.118, 122.167.85.119, and 122.167.85.120. Those IP will be blocked. So right now I just want to block my IP. So I'm just putting this over here and I create IP set. Now, once the IP set is there, you can go and change the IP set at your own willing. So whenever you want to change it, also remember that this is only in Mumbai. So the moment you change your region to North Virginia over here, you won't find it. And your WAF V2 is a global specific service because you don't need it to work at specific things. For that, you directly go and select the region from here only. So this WAF V2 IP set I have created it in Mumbai, which I have it over here. Now, if I want to change it, I can always do that by clicking on add IP addresses, and I can give the new address of IP address, whatever is required. So it's there. Now, anyhow, let's go back to the load balancer, hit refresh, and I can see that my website is still loading over here. We'll keep that in mind. Now let's go back and create our web ACL. So web ACL is actually the rule which you create to block the traffic or to allow the traffic. So over here, I already have something. If you want, you can go and delete it and type delete over here and this delete. And this, any rule if you have, it is deleted. Now let's go and create a new web ACL or a web access control list. So let's give a name over here and I'll say block traffic. Description, let's go and put it like block the traffic for this set of IP address. Okay, and then I will have to give the resources. Now, if you remember from the discussion some time back, the resources that I can have will be either a load balancer, gateway, or an app sync. So if I click over here, gateway, I don't have anything. App sync, I don't have anything. However, I do have application load balancer, and that is what I am opening also. So I click over there and I click on add. So this application load balancer, which is ALB-website, is added over here. So let's just go and have a look at the application load balancer so that we can be assured that indeed this is the load balancer that we want to block. For that, I click on load balancers over here and just see the name of that is ALB-website. So I go back and I see my same load balancer ALB-website over here also. So I can be assured that yes, indeed, this is the load balancer that we are seeing. And this website again is pointing to same thing only, ALB-website the unique ID. So if this is done, we click on next now. And I can add a rule. Now, if you want, you can add a rule by your own thing, or you can add AWS group. In my case, I am just saying that if it doesn't matches the rule, you have to block the traffic. So basically what I'm doing is I'm blocking the traffic, which will be inside that particular IP rule. So let's click on next. I don't have any rule. That's fine. Click on next over here and you can enable or you can disable or you can go with exclusion. So in this case, you can choose for enabling or disabling, whichever you want. So right now, let's go back and just click on add rule and add a managed rule, or you can add your own group. So I am adding my own group with the IP set that I had created some time back. So for that, I will say blocked IP. This is just my name, or let's say block, or let's say stop, so that you are not confused with the naming, because below also I will see the same thing only, block IP address. So I'm stopping this address. And what I have to do, I have to block that request from here. I have to block it. So I click on add rule over here. Then the rule is automatically added. And this is one out of 1500 rules that can be done. So I click on next. I click on next and next. And then if I go and create the web ACL now, thus my rule is actually created. So it will take some time for the rule to be created over here. And let's wait for that. It will take a few minutes for the rule to be created. So we'll just wait for that much time. So now that the rule has been created, so logically, when I go and hit the address that was for my website template, I should see this blocked and it should give me an error telling that this page is forbidden for me. So let's have a look at that. For that, I click on the refresh button, and the moment I click on refresh, I see 403 forbidden. To check more, you can just go to your here and it will tell you failed to load resources. The server responded with a status of 403. So in this case, my address is actually blocked. So that is what we wanted to see also, blocking the address in real time. By that same logic, if I try to go and hit this address right now, the classic load balancer, this is going to work perfectly fine because I don't have a traffic or I don't have a rule for that. However, for the application load balancer, which is over here, I do have it and I have added the rule. That's the reason why it's going to block my address now. So how can I fix this now? Because this IP address is blocked. Let's say, so this is what your end goal is. You can just go and add the list inside your IP list and you can block those traffics over there. So now your end goal is to ensure that this is done and you are good to go. Now, let's say that you did a mistake and then you shouldn't be blocking from this IP. So what you can do is you can go first of all to the IP sets here and either modify the IP address or just go and delete this set of IP address as it is. So type delete over there. So in this case, it tells that you cannot do it because it is being used by another resource. And indeed, it is being used by another resource. And that resource happens to be a WebACL. So let's go to our WebACL.
select it and click on delete and then type delete. And the moment you do this, this is again going to tell you that it's blocked. And the reason for that is both are interdependent on each other. So let's first of all go and go to the rules over here. So have a look over here. I tried opening this all traffic from here and it tells me that it is all blocked. So the moment if I go and hit it again, the latest is at 14.10.50. If I go and just do it twice again and I go back over here and I just refresh the page, total number of entries I had right now was 6. So if I go and do it, you can see that the entries have actually changed and I see the new entries also over here, which happened at this particular time. So it's actually blocking everything and it's logging everything also in real time. So it is actually, this is all the traffic that I get. So all the traffic that I'm getting is 2 packets and both of them are blocked as of now. So in that case, if it's all done, you can just go here and you can delete the rule. So let's go and delete the rule right now. Now, if the rule is deleted, it means the blocking should no longer happen, which means if I go back to the refresh page and I go and try it after some time, I should see that my rule indeed works and I am no more blocked now. So I don't have any AWS associated resource. Let's go and remove that also from the rule. For that, go and type remove. Now, if everything is good over here, if I go back to my load balancer and I refresh the page, I should see my website coming back again. And the reason for that is first, the rule has gone. Second, the IP address has gone. So I don't have anything over there now. Now you are free to go and delete your IP set. Remember, AWS is charging you for the rules and for how much traffic is actually hitting your load balancers for whatever ACLs you have created. So for that reason, I click on delete here. First of all, I delete the IP set. And once that is done, I can go to my web ACL and finally remove my rule. So that rule is here, this, and I type delete here and I click on delete. So now I don't have any WAF rule inside my Mumbai region, neither do I have a IP set. So this is a way how you can go and delete your, or you can stop people from accessing your network, or if several IPs are trying to DOS or DDoS your machines, this is how you can save it. So we are all good now, and this is it inside your WAF. Some people also call it as WAF v2. The reason for that is it's a new version of WAF of application firewall. So that's it in WAF, and I will see you after the quiz. So we'll be talking about the AWS firewall manager after this.